Richland County rivals Madison and Clear Fork take the field for the right to face top-seeded Ontario for the D2 District Championship right here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, where the defending state champion Rams will try to keep their hopes of repeating alive when they clash with the Clear Fork Colts. It's live and free girls tournament soccer, broadcasting right into the palm of your hands on smartphones, tablets, TVs, and PCs, and it's all on the way. Next.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What a catch! Round 2 between Madison and Clear Fork in the 2021 season about to go down in the D2 District semifinals as our live and free coverage comes at you right here and now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Mechanics Bank pregame here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. My name is Brian Skronsky alongside Jesse Ryder. And let's first talk about the queens of this district, Jesse, and the defending champion 4 times in a row, actually, Madison Lady Rams, who are not the same juggernaut team that we've seen the last 4 years, but still the number 2 seed, still a quality unit.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge where they're actually at because they played still a brutal schedule. So they played some of the top teams in the state of Ohio still, even though they graduated a lot off that state championship team. They still played a brutal schedule, and they competed in that schedule. So this is a rematch from a game early in the year that a lot of people were kind of watching, trying to gauge where were these two teams at. And so it's going to be fun to kind of watch these two teams kind of match up again and see where they're at again.
Yeah, Madison actually took round 1 in this battle. Clear Fork, though, checking in at the number 3 seed despite having a better record than Madison overall. They started off slow. That game against Madison that they did lose, that we talked about, was the barometer. I think since then they've been playing a whole lot better. 7 wins in their last 9. Their only loss 1-0 on the road at a really good Rocky River team. So this is a Clear Fork team that I think is playing as well as anybody in North Central Ohio right now.
Absolutely. And in that result you talked about, there's a 3-3 tie with number 1 or possibly number 2 in the state of Ohio in Granville, who's a phenomenal team.
Good point.
Who was state runner-up last year. And when I talked to the Granville coach, he said, I think our team is better this year than it was last year. So that's an impressive result for me. And I know Granville scored late in the game with just minutes left to tie it up just to get the tie against Clear Fork. So you're right. This Clear Fork team is loaded, and they are peaking at the right time. Rough start to the season, but all of a sudden they are playing some quality soccer and doing a lot of good stuff.
Let's go ahead and dive into our keys to the game here for both sides, and it appears that Nevaeh Lewis is out there. She is going to be helping out her team tonight, Jesse, where, some mind games going on. There was a lot of conversation in the last couple of days. Is she going to play? Is she not? She did not participate in pregame. Well, it looks like she's going to be out there. And then outside of that, you feel like winning the midfield and then protecting your own side, really critical to getting a dub here.
Yeah, I think in a game like this where both teams will struggle to create a lot of quality chances if they don't win the midfield, just find yourself kind of chasing the ball around the middle. So if you could just gain possession of the ball, pick your head up, find the ball you want, you're going to find the game to open up a little bit. If you just keep turning the ball over and you keep giving the other team more chances, you're going to find it's going to be more of a defensive battle. I think keeper play from both is going to be huge. I think both teams have a quality keeper, able to make saves when called upon. So protecting that box, getting in there, not allowing any mistakes in the box to kind of give up any kind of just accidental goals is going to be key. And then you spoke of it, Nevaeh Lewis, not knowing her status for both teams, a little bit of mind games, not sure of what her status was going to be, the minutes she'll see, anything like that. We do know if she's on the field, she's a playmaker. I remember the first time we saw her at the beginning of the season last year against a Clear Fork team, hat trick in the first half, and she can play. And it looks like she's going to be starting as well tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see. Is she in shape? Is she fit? Is she ready to go? Because if she is, look out, she can play.
Yeah, she is a speedster. She can really blaze when she gets into the open field. But on the other side, you got kind of the same case for Kendall Windsor, another sophomore up top. So these two, I think, could be the difference makers here tonight. Who can get more chances, better looks on net with some breakaway type of situations? 22 versus 30. Looking forward to that matchup all night.
Yeah, can you finish those chances? We've seen Windsor be able to create some just by pressing the ball and just pressing and winning the ball and getting forward, just creating our own opportunities. For Clear Fork, they've got multiple players who can score. They got 3 double-digit scorers and Trinity Cook and Annika Labaki as well. For Madison, they've got some talented players, but the one who consistently finds the back of the net is Nevaeh Lewis.
Sure. Yeah, she's the leading scorer on the team by a lot, Jesse. She checks in here tonight. She's got 14. Nobody on the team has more than 6 behind her. So the goal-scoring ability of Nevaeh, it's going to be on full display here tonight, or at least the Rams need it to be in order for them to be a contender against a Clear Fork team that's been trending in a positive direction for well over a month now.
Yeah, the Clear Fork has really been playing some quality soccer and just executing at the right time and getting better at the right time and allowing themselves to really, kind of gear up for this moment. I think if we talk about the first game, most people would pick Ontario. That's kind of the result you saw come in. Lexington was certainly they competed, they had some chances, but Ontario was kind of the expected winner of this. It really depends on what side of the Richland County you're from as to who you might pick as the winner. If you're from the Madison side, you're favoring Madison. You're from the Clear Fork side, you're favoring Clear Fork. If you're anywhere in between, and it could go either way, you're not really sure.
A lot of parity out on the field here tonight. Who will move on to take on the top-seeded Lady Warriors, who are in the district title game for the 13th consecutive year? Madison would like to get there for a 5th straight year. Of course, 4 times in a row they've won the district title here at Lexington.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's certainly a different Madison team than years past, but they still have some quality. There are some quality players out there. And we spoke about Nevaeh Lewis, but they've got some seniors. They've got some youngsters who contribute as well. You look at the likes of Shannon Jameson and Callie Cyrus. These are girls that they've played at this level before. Some of the youngsters for Madison getting into the game a little bit. They're going to get quality minutes in a meaningful game tonight, and so it's going to be fun to kind of see them adjust and deal with that pressure we spoke of earlier in the first game.
There was the speed you saw here on the perimeter of Windsor. She's got a big throw, too. Chucks it right into the box, but Madison was there to defend, and well played by Mila Davis.
You saw Nevaeh Lewis check back to the ball, couldn't quite hold it up, and allowed Clear Fork to kind of regain possession, but just kind of a little bit of just a back-and-forth battle again. Neither team really keeping it.
Hip check there. Doesn't draw a whistle.
Could
go either way.
I'm not convinced on this foul here. I don't know. She definitely...
It's a great shot of it.
Yeah, she kind of flies herself away there a little bit. It might be a little bit of contact, but certainly not enough to warrant the dive she took. So, referee didn't buy it. It was a play on and then a goal kick, and now we're playing again.
Yeah, Tucker's a physical player. Windsor might have taken a bit of a dive as this one, off the cross, might find its way out to the wing, and it will. So a chance here for Melody Bluebaugh. But it doesn't work out, and so Lewis fighting back for possession, but Clear Fork going to maintain here.
The linesman signaled for a foul. Center referee said to play on. I think the center referee had the right call. I don't see much of a foul there. They're just working hard for the ball. Sophia Pear early on has done a nice job on Nevaeh Lewis, just not letting her turn and go forward. If her back's to the goal, not near as dangerous. But if she's turning and she's going forward to the goal, her speed and her skill is really tough to defend. So it's important just keep her in front of you, which is sometimes easier said than done. But so far, Sophia Perry has been up to the challenge.
Madison looking to possess through the midfield now. Shot out to the wing. Nobody really home. And it'll end up with a Clear Fork throw-in right in front of the Lady Ram bench.
This game might take a few minutes to kind of figure out the rhythm a little bit. Both teams, that's a good ball in. She's going to have some space to go. One-on-one, big touch.
Oh, wow. Windsor, huge touch off of her foot. Made it tough for her to try to make a strike, and then Morgan Rachel coming out. Big save.
Yeah, that's the key part. Morgan Rachel got off her line there because even with Windsor's big touch, you thought she still might have had a chance to get the second touch on it. But Morgan Rachel comes out, makes a play on the ball. It is going to be a corner kick for Clear Fork. Now, they've got some weapons to score here, so we'll see how they kind of line up. A lot of players in the box.
It's played well by Cook. Header by Bluebaugh. She took a tumble down to her backside, and now here's Lewis.
Yeah, this is the counterattack you got to be careful of. You can have no offense and all of a sudden instant offense with just this speed here. That's got to be a foul, possibly a card, because that was a near breakaway, depending how you look at that foul there. Referee is going to call the foul, but not a card.
And I think this should warrant a yellow card because, look, Kylie Belcher comes over. Lewis is going to blow by her. She just puts out the forearm, knocks her to the ground. Yeah,
it's early in the game. It's tough to give a card at that point. Certainly it's a cardable offense, but the referee has chosen not to. And I could see both ways there. That's a dangerous ball in right at the keeper, though. Kind of curved just at the last second away from Anders, but she catches it cleanly.
First shot of the match here for the Lady Rams. Anders, who's having a nice season. 55 saves now on the year.
Yeah, one of the better keepers in the area. I think we might have two of the better keepers in right now. I mean, both Morgan Rachel and Anders are athletic keepers that make the right decisions. Taylor Mullen certainly going to be in that mix a little bit as well. But there are some quality keepers in the area, not just quality teams.
Ball's chased out of bounds in front of the Lady Colts sideline. They get a quick throw in. It's headed back towards the middle, but cleared here by Madison.
We saw the instant offense there for Madison. All you have to do is just find Nevaeh Lewis with a little bit of space, and all of a sudden, what was no attack at all, just into a near breakaway opportunity. I'll say a smart foul by Belcher there in that last play. I mean, it slowed her down and prevented her from getting in the box. Possibly could be a card. Probably later in the game, if it happens again, it's a card. But for now, it keeps the game 0-0, and it keeps Nevaeh Lewis out of the box.
Bluebaugh tried to punch it out in space there for Labaki.
Physical game in the corner so far. A lot of contact every time the ball is played. Just tough tackles from the front and the back. Let's see if they can find Lewis going forward. They cannot. It's going to be a clear fork throw-in.
Just losing the handle there.
Going to be an illegal throw. She threw it from the side of her head. You don't see that a lot at this level of game, but here we go. It's going to be a Madison throw after the clear fork illegal throw.
I feel like sometimes referees actually kind of let that one slide just a little bit. Not that time.
Not that time. He said, that's enough for me.
Lady Colts possessing for large portion, but as we've talked about, the counterattack is what's valuable here for Madison. And wow, what a turn by Nevaeh.
So fast.
Nevaeh Lewis with the shot. She's got a goal.
She is so fast. It's unbelievably fast. I mean, we talk, Clear Fork was looking to keep possession and try and build up an attack, and all of a sudden, Madison just gets the ball, just plays it into space, and Nevaeh Lewis is just fast. And there's a great skill in the middle of this, but there's no substitution for speed, Brian. Just outruns everyone and just tucks away, just puts it in the corner, just like that. 1-0 Madison.
What Nevaeh can do that a lot of players at her caliber of speed cannot is also pick where she wants to shoot on the run, on the fly, moving like a Ferrari. You saw perfect corner pocket right there, Jesse. No way that the keeper could have got to that one.
Yeah, three things I'm impressed with. Obviously the speed. Undoubtedly, she's so fast. There's a touch in the middle there that separates her. It allows her speed to really be accelerated. And then you're right, the finish at the end. There's no need for power there, right? You're one-on-one with the keeper. This is a lot of young players need to learn this lesson. All you have to do is place the ball in the corner. The keeper's coming at you. Anywhere but at the keeper is a goal, and she does just that. Great work from Nevaeh Lewis.
Throw into Trinity Cook. She handles, shields off the defender, but turns into a double team. And she gives it up. So a chance for the counterattack for the Lady Rams. Got a 2-on-3, and all you got to do is put it in space. And here comes 30 again. Wins possession. Can't turn the corner this time, though.
Yeah, it must be nice when you can just make a bad pass and be bailed out. I mean, not that it was a bad pass, but just that style of it. Just put it anywhere in front of her, and it's going to be a near goal scoring opportunity just due to her speed. It's a tough foul there. Oh, it's play on, says the referee, and Madison got a second shot off after it. A lot of contact. Both players, I think, a little slow to get up there. I don't think anything maybe notable of foul called there, but certainly a lot of physicality, a lot of contact.
This one punched to the outside, intended for Nevaeh. And it's going to trickle its way out of bounds, throw in deep in Lady Colt territory.
Yeah, certainly there'll be a question later on of the fatigue of Nevaeh Lewis. Can she continue to keep that high pace and high pressure throughout the course of the game? I mean, we know she's not played a lot recently, but, man, when she does and she touches that ball, it is electric pace.
Madison's going to stay on the offensive here. Bringing it to the back line, good pressure, forces a quick pass. But the first touch to the wing, solid. Is there going to be a cross? There will be. Bodies are there, but the first one to get there in a white jersey.
There's some numbers going forward the other way now. They'll play that in the space. Madison defended that nicely because Windsor has that saying that just kind of keeps it in play, keeps the numbers going. Has that same speed to just kind of break free, and the defender dropped off when she saw the ball was playing. Was able to just keep the ball in front of her, keep Windsor away from it. It's a smart play from Madison.
Going to get a substitution, and when this happens for Clear Fork, boy, expect a lot of fresh bodies to come in. They sub more than any team I have seen this season. Only 3 subs coming in here, Jesse, but expect throughout the course of the night to see 4, 5, sometimes I've even seen 6.
Yeah, absolutely. We have multiple games where they've subbed 6 at a time. Now, I don't know in a game quite like this if that'll be the same as well, but they certainly are probably the deepest team in the area. They got a lot of talent, I think they routinely play all 18 players. And there's another turn by Lewis at midfield. It's just instant offense.
Nevaeh 1-on-3. She wins in these situations. Played it back post, though.
Yeah, good ball across. Anders hesitated a little bit and comes out and smothers it. Nevaeh Lewis is just so fast. It's just so fun to watch.
She is such a difference maker, and not knowing if she was going to play tonight, I mean, if there were lines in Vegas on this district championship game, 30 being in and out of the lineup, I mean, they can really sway one way or the other with how you look at this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much question surrounding her ability to play tonight, and even up until game time, there was some uncertainty. But then we saw her, she was in the pregame warm-up line, and then she was on the field for starting lineup, and that's all they needed so far. Just her presence has been enough to make the difference.
She is the difference right now, the lone goal in the match. And her speed there forces a quick decision by the back line of Clear Fork. Quick throw-in into traffic here.
Yeah, but the first 5 or so minutes of the game was definitely favored Clear Fork and got some chances to go forward. All of a sudden, Nevaeh just gets loose, and it's really kind of changed the complexion of the game. Madison's just been in the attacking side for a while. Clear Fork struggling to get the ball out and just can't find that space forward that they had early on.
Lewis gets around the defender, but moving a little too quickly there, or actually poked away for a corner kick.
Yeah, the linesman definitely signaled a goal kick, but the center guy has seen a deflection there, which will lead to a Madison corner kick. There you see Nevaeh Lewis checking over to the sideline, just grabbing some water real quick. Got to catch your breaks one way or another. And when Madison just keeps attacking, it keeps Nevaeh Lewis very active. And so you got to find your chance to break here and catch your breath, get some water, and she did just that.
It's going to be Jamison. She triggers. Good-looking ball right into the middle. And headed into the back. Lady Rams quickly on top 2-0, Jesse. And looked like a big goal coming from the defender. Taylor Tucker coming up using her head.
Yeah, I think this game's kind of caught everybody a little by surprise. Madison's really had 2 chances, maybe 3 chances, and has scored 2 of the 3. Clear Fork has just had limited chances all of a sudden. Started off the game with a little bit of possession there and opportunities, and just nothing as of late. And just watching Madison score right now.
Something to be said, I think, about having that championship DNA, being a part of it, and seeing it. Clear Fork, they haven't been to the district final since 2016. Even though there was a lot of these players out here that were young last year, the freshmen played. The kids that are sophomores now for Madison, they were a part of that championship run, make no mistake about it. So a lot of these kids out here, they know what it takes to win in these big situations right now. 2-0 advantage and looking like the defending champions.
Well, absolutely. And when you train with such a talented senior class that Madison has had, even if you're not in the game a ton, in the previous seasons, you're going up against in practice every day against state champions, right? So that's the kind of pedigree that they've set. Like, this is how we're going to train. This is how we're going to compete and perform. So this is nothing new for them to go up against high caliber competition and compete and do well against it. So right now we're just kind of seeing a glimpse of that preparation. And so far, Madison has just been able to kind of do what they want offensively the last 5 minutes or so at least.
The turnover leading to a 2-on-3 right now for Clear Fork.
It's a good ball by Labaki. Defended, not cleared though.
And now a nice run again by Annika. I think she was frustrated that she wasn't able to get her first touch. Madison still struggling to get it out of their end, and now they will.
Yeah, Clear Fork kind of has different styles depending on their personnel. If Windsor's in, they look for that kind of ball through the middle a little bit. If it's Cook, they kind of work to keep the ball a little bit longer and build up a little bit more. It's a bit of a late tackle there. Referee allows it though.
Clear Fork showcasing some patience here.
It's a good outlet. Just keep the ball, keep moving it wide.
Now Zoe McHugh puts it out in space, connects with Avery Wine, and blown up out of play. I believe this will be a deep throw-in instead of a corner.
Well, it looks like it might be a corner. It's hard to tell from our angle. Yeah, it's going to be a corner kick. Yeah, Clear Fork certainly has the ability to score on set pieces here, as we saw for the same from Madison. So it's going to be the quality of location here. Where can you put the ball at the top of the 6? And can you make contact? The ball's a little short there, not quite deep enough to do anything with. And then played out of bounds. Tough go over there for the Clear Fork Colts.
Trinity Cook typically is a specialist from this side, left-footed player. She bends it back towards the net quite well. That time, as you mentioned, didn't catch all of it. But it looks like Clear Fork's going to keep possession here with McHugh crossing into the middle. Nobody available, though, in the white.
Ooh, heavy tackle there. Referee says play on. And play on again. Bodies everywhere. He's going to bring it back. It's going to be a Madison free kick. Boy, I'm not sure. There was a lot of contact both ways. It's tough to call a foul. It's just kind of a collision there and then a little bit of contact. Well, that's definitely
yeah, that's got to go against the Rams, Jesse.
Yeah, she definitely ran in and initiated the contact and didn't hit the ball.
That was a shoulder charge if I've seen one.
Oh. Well, he's made up for it there.
Yeah, a little bit of a makeup call here. It looked like more like Cook kind of lost her balance.
Yeah.
Instead, Kirsten Swihart with the penalty against her, and it'll set the Colts up with an opportunity. Though this is a pretty deep set piece.
Yeah, the ball's not played that deep as well. Part of this game is, can you just keep the other team kind of penned in a little bit and just generate some offense that way? That's what Madison did for a period, about 5 or 6 minutes, and in that period they scored twice. All right, so if you could just kind of keep the ball pinned to the other end, not let the team switch it out, keep the ball in front of you, keep generating offense, you're going to get quality attempts. Clear Fork kind of started with that. Then Madison had about 5 minutes of that spell as well, and now it's kind of favoring more of the Clear Fork side. They're not getting any shots out of their attacking possession right now.
Looked like Windsor just checked into the match. Quick throw-in for her. Trying to get involved here on the offensive end. As the Colts move it back here to the near side.
It's a good ball wide there. Get you time and space.
And now Wortman with the pressure. Lobs into the middle of the field. She's got Cook. Sets it up to the outside, and nice play off the line by Rachel.
Yeah, she reads that play well. Gets off her line, able to just come out and catch it cleanly because there's 2 defenders coming with her. There's 2 attacking players, so it's communication, it's aggression, it's timing, and she got it all right.
Ball to the outside, never too far for Nevaeh Lewis, who's able to catch up, and boy, she's pesky too. Just constantly has the engine revving.
Yeah, just her movement is so smooth, so fast, and just those little shifts of just her body, just from left to right to get around defenders, either with or without the ball. So tough to defend.
Here she is with a lob into traffic. Just outside the 6, there's a collision. And
it's a Madison throw. I don't know why she didn't hit the ball.
Yeah, not quite sure why Wortman just allowed that to trickle out.
It's been a physical game. Just every time there's a play on the ball, it usually involves someone going to the ground, a little bit of contact. That's a good ball to space. You can just see the speed of Windsor as well. It's going to be a Madison throwing right on the line there, but that's better for Clear Fork. Try and switch the attack a little bit, get down the field, get some numbers, try and block it in a little bit. You don't need to kick it away, though. You want the ball. You want to attack from this position. You've got some numbers.
And Cook's been a good decision maker for them throughout the season, senior year. One of the top assists ladies on the squad.
Taylor Tucker does a nice job just to keep the ball in front of her, win it, and just get it out of that area.
There's a shot.
Drop.
Out of the hands of Rachel. And it looked like a Clear Fork player thought that she was going to have an opportunity and might have clanged herself off of the post.
Yeah, a lot happened in that sequence so fast. It was tough to tell. Here's the replay. It's a great ball in front of the goal. Rachel hits it a little bit here. We'll see kind of happens after that.
Yeah, through her hands. Then there's Wortman. Actually did get a piece of it, and then it was deflected out.
Yeah, kind of a chaotic play in the box there. It leads to another Clear Fork corner kick, but Clear Fork's going to have 4 girls on the top, the backside of the 18. 1 on front of the keeper, 1 a little short.
Yeah, look for Cook to drive it a little bit further than she did last time. Well played near posts. Right off the head, it looked like a blue ball.
Tough clearance there for Madison. Not a lot she could do with it, but you don't want to put the ball in that area. Labaki does well to keep possession.
Good cross right before it got off the end line, and I think that they're able to clean it up, and it's Windsor making it a 1-goal difference.
Well, I think Rachel's going to have an argument here because I think she looked like she had the ball coming out there. And from our angle, tough to tell if she had possession. But if she just got a hand on the ball, that constitutes possession according to the soccer rules. That's certainly her argument right now. It's going to be tough to tell from this replay. But here's the replay. Good ball played in. A little bit of chaos.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's certainly reaching for it, whether she's touching it or not. And, that's tough. It's a bang-bang play there. 2 chaotic plays inside the 6-yard box in about the past minute. Kind of levels this game back out. Oh, no. What's the
I love the look there on Kendall Windsor's face, too, man. Is she excited? And honestly, I think that as much pace as Windsor was able to cook that ball with on the shot, that there's no question. I don't think Rachel at least had clear possession of the ball, Jesse. I think that's pretty obvious from the replay.
Yeah, clear possession certainly, but whether she has enough to warrant any possession, which would be just having her hand on the ball, would constitute possession in that setting, and that's what we can't tell from here. The referee had an angle to see it and certainly claims it right away, so it's just tough to tell.
Certainly makes things a bit more interesting now as we've got a one-score game. Madison with the first 2, Clear Fork chopping into that lead. But Madison going right back on the offensive. Lewis with a left-footed shot, sails wide.
Yeah, this was the final score the first time they met, 2-1. I just have this feeling we're probably not done scoring goals yet tonight, so we're going to have a different result tonight. It's just, the way the game is kind of open right now. Both teams have a threat to go forward. Neither one has just been superb defensively. I think we're going to see some more goals.
This is a high-scoring Clear Fork team. 5 goals per contest is what they put up for Madison. It's been murderer's row in terms of the schedule. They're just a shade over 2 per game. But again, you got to note the competition, and Lewis not available for some matches throughout the season as well. Makes a big difference for them offensively, no question.
Yeah, Labaki's so strong on the ball, but looks for a ball in. It's going to be a tough clearance for Madison. She does get a deflection, though. It's going to be a Madison throw. Played that nicely. That was going to be tough. Not much you could do there to come away with the ball.
Throw into the middle of the field, and it's going to end up at the feet of Annika. I think that she was looking to shoot all the way.
Yeah, and she saw that space for Windsor the last second, tried to force that ball in there. Not a bad idea. Perry's defending her well, but Lewis just so shifty with the ball, just quick little movements. You can tell the Clear Fork, every time the ball is won from Nevaeh Lewis, it's a win for Clear Fork for the fans. They're celebrating that. I mean, it's a big thing. She's that fast and that skilled, so it's just respect for her. Well, it's going to be a foul. Or that's a foul. We'll pick one of the two probably.
They'll go with the second one. So an opportunity on the way here for the Lady Colts, and it looks like they're going to send up Alyssa Swank to play at one of the defenders and get a whole lot of bodies into the box.
Yeah, the first foul is pretty rough there. It's certainly after the ball and away from the ball. The foul there, but the referee allows the advantage, which then led to another foul, a little bit closer, a little bit deeper here for Clear Fork. We'll see what they do with this free kick.
Swank's going to go back post. Nobody made a run back there, though, for the Colts. Matter of fact, half the team didn't make a run. That was an interesting play.
You're absolutely right. It wasn't interesting for a team that attacked so well off the free kicks. There was 3 players that stayed at the top of the 18, so I don't know what the expectations were. I mean, they just kind of stood there and just kind of watched the ball. I mean, obviously it goes out of bounds, but if you just think it's going to go out of bounds or the keeper gets it, even a little bit of pressure, they're just forced the keeper into a mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, I was watching the ball. I wasn't paying attention to the players on the outside of the 18. Perhaps they were having a conversation and didn't notice the play was about to resume. It definitely all just felt a little bit weird that they didn't make a run. Ball sent down the near sideline. Is going to sail out of bounds.
It's funny, Nevaeh Lewis thought it was going out of bounds, realized it might stay in, sprinted, and then still had a chance to keep it in just because she's that fast. But it does go out of bounds for a Clear Fork throw-in.
And another throw-in out of bounds off Madison. They'll at least move up 10 yards, will Clear Fork. Cook turns to the middle of the field. Battling right now with Jamison.
I will say, for these two schools, their fan base is very vocal and usually not in favor of the referee.
That's fair. I'll accept that.
They're quality teams, but usually every time I see these teams play, there's some fans here that I can hear regardless of where I'm at in the stadium. Oh, it's going to be a corner kick there. That play was kind of muffled a little bit. I'm not sure what happened at the end. Anders came out to get it and kind of just bounced off of her maybe, unless it was already out and deflected off. I don't know. Kind of an interesting play at the end there. But it's going to be a Madison corner kick, who did score off their last corner kick attempt.
A lot of green jerseys hanging around the 6.
It's a great ball in.
And it's headed towards net.
Gosh, there's 8 players around the ball there. You never know what's going to happen. Nevaeh Lewis ends up with it. Plays a dangerous ball in.
Yeah, deflected and still on the offensive attack, but now LCP is going to come away.
See the closing speed of Nevaeh Lewis. There's some fast players. There's just a lot of heart and effort right there. It wasn't a ton of skill. It was just 3 players just working hard. Clear Fork's going to get some subs, and they had some momentum on the throw in there. Sometimes as a coach, you hate when you're subbing sometimes just because you break up plays like that.
Trio of subs coming in for the Lady Colts. Windsor's going to stay in there, so we get a chance to see her big throw in. She's got the ability to get it to the box all the way from here.
Yeah, the question is, can Clear Fork connect on the other end? Can they get the first touch and kind of flick it on the blue ball? It's a great throw into the box. Blue ball does get the first touch, just kind of puts it in the air.
And now Windsor comes in, steals possession, deflected off the big windup.
Gained 10 yards in the approach and to go it again.
Looks like she'll probably target Blue Ball again here. Also got Cook in the area.
Madison kind of flicks it into the middle there. Labaki does well to keep possession. Nice turn, nice pass into space there. A lot of physical play there.
Yeah, Caudill had a big bump, but looked like she took a bump right back.
Was deflected off of Madison for a Clear Fork throw-in. We're going to see the Windsor throw again. She's getting it pretty high. Normally her throws are a little more of a line drive. That's a little bit better. And still nobody on the other end, though. That's a better throw. It definitely gets in the box with some good pace. The last one, she kind of lofted up there. Blue ball flicks it on to no one, really. She's the last target there, so not much to do there.
Rachel with the punt. Able to find one of her own teammates. And for Madison, they're going to pitch it into space here. 2 players in the area, but one by the Lady Colts. At least at first. Now just about 3 giveaways in 3 seconds.
Labaki did well to hold that ball up because Windsor was offsides for most of that and then checks back, and that's when Labaki played it. Windsor just couldn't get that second touch into space, though.
Out of bounds throwing coming up here for the Colts, who've got 2 more checked in. Coming into the match. Labaki going to check out. So will Caudill.
13 minutes left in the game. It's been kind of back and forth. Momentum's kind of swinging each way. Just really depends. We talked about earlier, those turnovers in the middle. It's proved to be costly. So if you can hang on to the ball, generate a good possession, a good attempt, it's usually warranting and a good opportunity. Madison's been a little opportunistic so far with 2 goals and only Clear Fork 1. It's a tough attempt there. Does well to get a shot off.
That was Wortman who fell to her backside to make the attempt.
It turns the corner nicely. That's a great shot. Not quite on goal, but good attempt from a tough angle.
First Clear Fork shot actually not on target tonight. As Nevaeh races down into the offensive end, flipping the field real quickly here for the Lady Rams.
He throws it right at Clear Fork, though. She's got a pretty big throw of her own, but threw it right at the Clear Fork defender. Not been able to clear it out yet, though. It's good movement by Madison with the ball. Good left foot shot.
Deflected and taken out of the box, but Madison, they've got numbers forward right now. Looking to stay aggressive.
It's a good decision there by Madison just to keep the ball a little bit. Then they played it away right after that, but now there's numbers for Clear Fork going the other way. Let's see what Windsor can do. 1-on-2.
Oh, nearly pulled a Meg through the legs of Davis.
There's a lot of contact with the ball has been played, kind of from both teams. There's going to be some time for Nevaeh Lewis.
So crafty, man. How about the step over just to bring that back and get a shot? Not very many players can set that up.
Very well aware of her positioning on the field just to get that ball on her right foot and face the goal there. And it's going to be a goal kick, but still good build-up, good opportunity for Nevaeh.
Certainly expects her to be in the mix for All-Ohio in her sophomore season. And hoping to have another long tournament run. Madison with a nice play here. Connecting pass to the outside, not there.
Yeah, that's the ball you don't want. Right? You work so hard to play that gap and defend it, and then you just turn and just give it right back to him. Let it try again. That's not the ball out you want.
Colts content to knock it out of bounds here on the near side, so it's going to be a Lady Ram throw-in on the way. Natalie back to the middle of the field for Jamison. They set up, big shot, bending, and wow. Took Anders off guard, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement on that ball, too. It wasn't just kind of a line drive. That ball was moving and going to her left, and Anders is clawing over, but I don't think she realized how much it was moving, but does well to keep it out of the back of the net.
Marisah Atterholt with that last shot. Third corner of the match on the way here for Madison as we approach the 10-minute mark here. Well struck again right into the middle. Rams have been solid on their corner kicks.
Yeah, a couple of good attempts and good balls in on the corner kicks, resulting in a goal so far. Now we get a bit of a counterattack the other way. If Windsor can turn the corner, she goes to the ground. I don't think much of a foul there. Just think got tangled up a little bit.
Now here's a chip and potentially a 1-on-4. If Lewis wants to make the run, she won't.
Yeah,
She'll cut it off.
If I'm in the midfield for Madison, that's the ball I play every time. Just put it over top, let Nevaeh run, and see how fast she is.
Labaki back into the match. Jada Lamp going to take a seat. Ball just over the top of the defense. Makes its way to Bluebaugh. It's going to have a quick throw-in.
It's defended nicely by Madison. They've done well to keep the ball. Ooh, big touch there. Good turn by Labaki. Labaki's done well to kind of hold the ball up in the middle of the field. She's going to lose this one here, but she's done well to just kind of turn away from pressure and play into some different space, which is allowing the Clear Fork to really kind of attack from different areas.
Madison throw, taking their time, allowing some players to move up into the attacking third as they lob it and headed right back at them. Here's Lewis. Lost her footing, tangled up. Then Clear Fork, I think maybe a bit of a panic there, just punched it out again. Boy, a lot of bodies are.
Yeah, there's been a lot of girls falling to the ground tonight. Can't tell if he called a throw or a kick here. Looks like it's going to be a Madison free kick, I think.
Free kick coming up for Madison.
This will be the second Colts penalty. Good opportunity here. Mila Davis got a lot behind this one. Big skip.
Ooh.
And Anders able to corral it.
Keeper Renee
Yeah,
Anders.
Anders is pretty sure-handed back there. Drops that one in front of her, though. I don't know if it just caught her a little higher than she thought, but certainly dropped it, and then she's able to gather up the second ball right away. But it's been a tough night for Anders so far. 2 goals against her, a lot of different opportunities. Couple just, the game happens so fast sometimes that if you have a defender in front, it's tough to see. There's some space for Windsor to run into. Looks like Madison's going to win the race, but can't really clear it forward. Just clears it out of bounds.
Good decision there by Trinity Cook, just to pitch it out in front there. Let your speedy forward come up and try to make a play. And here she is hiding out under the trees now. Windsor with another big throw into the box. Cook with the header.
Yeah, that's the throw. I mean, that's just a bullet in there. Line drive. Ball's going to hang on the back post. Blue ball kind of runs into the Madison defender.
Now Lady Rams clear, but not for very long. But some space forming in front for Back and company.
Yeah, it's It's been a while since Madison's found Nevaeh Lewis. We haven't talked about her recently with the ball. The game's kind of been just back and forth in the middle a little bit. A little bit of turnovers.
Now here's a potential opportunity, but I say that and I see Nevaeh just defended by about 2-3 people. I mean, obviously they're keeping a big eye on her. Just hasn't been available here of late.
A lot of contact there. Madison coach is asking for a foul. Definitely some contact. Hard to tell who initiated what and what really happened there, but again, bodies on the ground.
Lilly Wortman shaken up. She's going to have the ability to check out here.
It's always interesting. I think both fans are yelling for a foul against each other, of course, but just
I think they both had beefs there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, it's just the nature of that play where they just kind of get tangled up. They collide into each other. I don't know that either one committed a foul or also either one did not commit a foul, just kind of either way.
Here is Nevaeh being a playmaker. See if that one's deflected. No, they're going to say goal kick.
Yeah, she does well. The thing with Nevaeh is she's so difficult to defend, so you have to allow that space if she is facing forward or she goes around you. But if you allow her the space, then she's got to, she's smart enough and good enough that she can get that shot off too. It's kind of that middle ground of you don't want her to dribble around you, you don't want her to get a shot off, but she's so fast you have to make all those decisions so quick.
I think that's called a matchup nightmare for an opposing coach, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sophia Perry has done well against her so far, especially at midfield. That's really, really where she's the most dangerous probably is when she gets the ball at midfield and she just turns and runs at you so fast. If she's running with a kind of just full speed ahead, so tough to defend.
One of those athletes, too, almost seems faster with the ball. When she has the touch and she's trying to catch up to it, Nevaeh just has a little bit extra pep behind it, it feels.
Yeah, so smooth, too, with the movements of just kind of knowing where to touch the ball to get into new space and move defenders and to move them out of that old, she's fun to watch when she has the ball running forward.
She's got the throw in here, lobs it into the box. Rams keeping possession. Starting to move some bodies forward. Here's Natalie back. Looking for Lewis backside. Big charge and barely missed it.
That was play similar to what we saw in the Ontario game. I think everyone just assumed that ball was going to go into Anders. Anders kind of sits on her line. Nevaeh Lewis says, let me get a shot of this anyways. And just a little bit wide, but so close again for Madison to take a 3-1 lead.
Speed so rare that you just don't anticipate that she's able to get there. Certainly the defender didn't that time for the Lady Colts.
Yeah, Spencer and Lewis are both similar in that regard. They're faster than what you normally see, and so sometimes you don't plan for that or think like that. And I think we've both seen the kind of those plays in each game tonight where defenders just thought something else was going to happen, but the speed kind of changed the decision.
Colts break up the attack momentarily, but right back to the feet. Good play out to the wing. See if we get a cross here. Madison will, but it's driven in low. Not a lot of pace behind it.
Not cleared great either, though. It's in.
Wow. So Madison capitalizes. Clear Fork can't get it out of their territory, and they find one into the back of the net. 3-1 advantage now for the Madison Lady Rams. Big-time goal right there by Marisah Atterholt.
Yeah, Clear Fork really just kind of made a mess of this in the back there. The ball was played in kind of poorly early on, and Clear Fork just plays it right back out to Atterholt. Atterholt sets it up, picks her shot, and finds it. And Renee was a little off her line as well. Just kind of a tough goal for Clear Fork, who's normally so stout defensively. Giving up a tough goal there.
And I feel like those just carry a little bit more weight. Jesse, I talk about it all the time. Short time, under 5 minutes. You're about to go into the half, and then boom, you change the complexion of the game. That's what Marisah Atterholt just did there with maybe, some careless defending a bit from Clear Fork, not being able to get the ball out of their end. And it lands right at the feet of Marisah. She knew what to do.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it is a game of momentum and kind of withstanding those pendulum swings, and so there was about a 5 to 10 minute spurt where Madison was just really attacking and scored 2 goals. Clear Fork battles back, gets a goal back, and you feel like, okay, we can go to halftime 2-1, we can kind of survive that. Now that's a tough second goal there to give up, or a third goal, for Clear Fork to battle back from.
Savannah Rachel with the throw-in. They're going to push it right back to her. She's going to zip one high into the box. Headed out by the Colts. But Madison staying around, just keeping bodies on the outside of the 18. They're understanding that Clear Fork's having trouble getting it out of their end right now, so they're just waiting for opportunities.
Yeah, it hasn't been the sharpest I've seen the Clear Fork defensive unit. Normally they're moving pretty working well together, right? Just connecting those passes, getting the ball out of the back, and there's just been some misplayed balls, some miscommunicated things in the back that's really not been as sharp as they normally are.
Madison senses that as they put it again into traffic. And the deflection off the high pace energy there from Rachel. Looks like we're going to have a throw-in coming up. That one probably deflected off the Rams. Yeah, it's going to be a Colt throw-in, and boy, what a break for them, because now they got Trinity Cook on the move. And she's going to send one out there. Opportunity for Argenio. Shut down.
Tucker cleared out nicely there. Just right place, right time to kind of break down a little momentum for Clear Fork. It's huge. You get 1 minute left in the game, or in the half here, to get a goal, kind of battle back, just go be down by one. Even just get a quality attempt here can take a lot into the second half. That's the right ball. They saw her just not quite wide enough, but there was some space wide there. Madison left the defender wide.
Yeah, they have blue ball available. Now the Colts with under 30 seconds to go. Can they get some offense, or can Madison flip the script here, try to get on the attack themselves?
Yeah, Madison is just, doing enough to keep the ball in front. That's another good ball in the box here. Clear Fork still not clearing out, giving Madison a second. It's the second chance goals that are really kind of hurt Clear Fork.
Oh, smooth move by Atterholt.
Atterholt's played a nice first half. A couple good attempts here, a goal. A couple of just good looks here.
And that is going to take us into the half. The Madison Lady Rams, the defending champs here, I think surprising a lot of folks right now on top, 3-1. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with our Mechanics Bank halftime. Break down the first half for you guys. Look at some stats and get you ready for half number 2. Keep it here, live and free. Girls District Soccer will return in just a moment.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the Mechanics Bank halftime, and make sure to check out the Be the Change program at Mechanics Bank for high school students. That is mymechanics.com. 3-1 is your score at the end of 40 minutes of action. I think a bit of a surprise for a lot of soccer fans out there watching, even though Madison, the defending champions of this district, not a ton of players returning, at least in terms of the starters for the Lady Rams, but did some nice work in the first half as we'll dive into the stats, and you'll see that Madison, more shots, and as the first half went along, it looked like there was a portion there where Clear Fork were starting to find some confidence, Jesse, and I got to say, I think that the Lady Rams proved that they can hang with just about anybody, and they had a really solid stretch there over the second half of that first half.
Yeah, I think the key thing of this, first of all, it's a great solo effort by Nevaeh Lewis to get the first goal of the game and kind of open the game up a little bit. Just incredible speed, skill, and finishing, just a little bit of everything there. After that, the Madison goals have really come at the expense of the Clear Fork defense. Kind of just, they win the first ball and just cannot clear it effectively. One resulting in a corner that brought in a goal. The third goal was just Clear Fork just defended the first play, gave it right back to Madison inside the box, and she sits wide open, and Atterholt drills it for the third goal of the game. So it's been an interesting game, but Clear Fork has really kind of gifted Madison a couple of goals here, which is difficult to come by in a game of this magnitude, local competitive tournament game. All the things you want to say about it, you can't be giving goals away.
And for Clear Fork, their only goal coming on, a bit of a questionable play where you see Morgan Rachel down on the ground. It has, at least we think from our vantage point, one hand on the ball, and then Windsor comes in, smacks it into the back. So, a goal's a goal. You'll take them any way that you can get them, but it just hasn't been as crisp of an offensive attack as I think we were expecting from Clear Fork. They've been playing so well lately.
Absolutely, and we talked about that. The games that Clear Fork has been playing recently with the quality of opponents they've been playing and the results they've been giving, it's not quite the same team tonight. So many giveaways, so many poor giveaways defensively, and offensively just not generating a consistent, solid attack to keep the ball going. First 5 minutes of the game, it felt like it was really going to kind of favor Clear Fork, but after that, once Madison scored, the game kind of slowed down for Clear Fork. Really couldn't kind of get that possession going and get a lot of just quality chances in front of the goal.
That's your Mechanics Bank halftime. That's better. And we'll see if it's a better second half for Clear Fork when we return right after this.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
The top-seeded Ontario Lady Warriors await the winner of tonight's district semifinal contest between Clear Fork and Madison, and the 4-time defending champion Rams with a really strong first half on top now 3-1. Brian Skronsky, Jesse Ryder with you on the call. A second half action just about set to begin with a first touch here by the Lady Rams, who had the run of play in the second half of that first half. We'll see if they can keep the momentum flowing in their direction here as we get play underway here. And Nevaeh Lewis just never afraid to go at any defender.
Right.
Never saw any defense she didn't like.
Absolutely, and caught a little bit of break at the end of the second half there. Got some rest that we wondered about her fitness level and fatigue, and she plays at such a high pace. So can you keep that up? Can you match that for the full 80 minutes? So she did get a break at the end of the first half there, plus the halftime break. So expect to see a rejuvenated play out of Nevaeh Lewis. She is going to be whistled for a foul there.
And I don't think she sat in the first half, did she?
I think the final part of the game. Yeah,
I think
just a little bit.
And so for Clear Fork, it's such a different story, and they feel like with the substitutions that they do in the second half, they should be the more fresher unit, especially down the stretch. Money time, the last 10 minutes. We'll see if it pays dividends for them in tonight's match.
Yeah, I think the problem with this Clear Fork team right now is they just cannot keep the ball. And so when you're constantly having to defend, doesn't matter how fit you are, how many players you are, you're going to just run yourself out here and get out of bad positions. So it's really going to come down, can they just keep the ball and generate a solid chance from a possession, which they struggled to do most of the first half.
This one's just ripped, bending out of play. Windsor with the shot attempt.
Yeah, I like the aggressive shot attempt there. I think she's good enough. She can pick a spot at a goal to look to put in that spot and not just settle for getting a shot off. I mean, you go from that distance, from with the skill she has, she can pick her head up, put the ball where she wants to put it, and not just turn and kick it at the goal.
Lady Rams possessing, or the Colts were rather, and now here comes the Rams after Atterholt took it away. Had a good play building there, and then the last pass off the mark. Now a chance here for Clear Fork with Cook, and the lefty thinks that should have been a handball. Kind of feels like
a lot of people felt it should have been a handball.
Yeah.
Sophia Perrin,
Wow.
Nevaeh Lewis battling here. Nevaeh wants it on her right. She cuts back right at Anders.
Good looking save there by Renee Anders to cut down the goal, make it small window for Nevaeh, but look, she takes on 4 defenders and is still able to win the battle and get a good shot on net.
Yeah, she does well to use her touches to set up a shot in such a great way. For so many players, they want to just go to goal, and their touches are all forward directed, and hers are just angled touches where she looks to get a shot off, and she's got just such a smooth shot. That one she put right at Anders, but just so smooth with the ball.
Yeah, learned from one of the best of all time, maybe the best in the history of the Buckeye State, Taylor Huff, now playing at the University of Tennessee. And curious, maybe is Taylor out there watching tonight, her Lady Rams, or any of the graduating class from 2020 for Madison? So if you're out there, drop us a line on the Facebook or the YouTube chat, and we'll throw you up on the Fan Zone. And that goes for anybody. We want to hear from you, the fans, and keep you involved. That's what we do here on the OH Report. So drop us some comments. Let us know what you're thinking about the match, and we'll keep you involved on the Fan Zone and then read some of your comments on air.
That's a big throw by Windsor again. It's a much better throw this time. The past couple have been more of that line drive throw, which is so hard to defend. You just kind of got to read and just jump at it. When you put it so high in the air, you kind of get under and get it away. That's a little higher than it has been, but still kind of deflected towards the goal, bouncing around in the box.
And now Cook looked like she tried to lay it back to set it up for Lilly Wortman. And punched away from Windsor, but it rolls out of bounds. And we'll get another chance to see the big throw of Kendall Windsor.
There's the throw you want. If Cook can touch it, that's a good flick on.
And Wortman
there
is there! Wow, how about the connection? Great teamwork and effort. Honestly, Jesse, that's probably exactly how they drew it up.
Absolutely. I mean, the throw was much better than the previous throw. It's a line drive. Cook does well. All you have to do is just flick it towards the goal, but not at the keeper. She does exactly that. Wortman, right place, right time, big-time goal for the Clear Fork Colts. It's 3-2, 36 minutes left to play in the game. We're going to have a fun one to finish this out.
No question about it. Great play design, even better execution by LCP right there as Wortman comes through with the goal.
And Nevaeh Lewis is just off already. She's off to the races. There she's defended there. She did just kind of out-dribble 6 players just quickly, just to start the kickoff there.
Late whistle comes in. That's going to go against.
It's going to be against Nevaeh Lewis. A little contact after the ball was played. I think the referee's checking to see if there's going to be advantage play. There was no advantage, so he's going to bring it back. It's going to be a Clear Fork free kick. Let's see if they can keep possession. They have struggled a little bit to keep possession of these free kicks. They're going to play it wide. If she can touch it in, we're good. There's a lot of space in front of her.
Yeah, Wine carrying. Now pushes it out for Wortman. But a great job. Marisah Davis came over, got everything behind it, and finds the right player.
Effortless. It just looks like she's just able to just kind of turn and just, you know how fast she is. She's got to be careful.
Just different. This throw lobbed over Nevaeh's head, and nobody else there in the picture. So it's going to be a turnover, and looked like it could have been a chance for Clear Fork, but
yeah, that was defended nicely. Because if she doesn't make contact, that ball gets passed. It's one-on-one with the keeper. That's a big-time header right there.
It was Marisah Davis with the header. And there's some debate about whose throw-in it should be. Clear Fork thought it belonged to them, and they're right.
Well,
they don't do much with it.
Ball never lies, I guess. I don't know. A little ambitious there. I'm not sure what she was actually trying to do. I mean, she just looked like she kicked it purposely out of bounds. Obviously, it was not her intent, but time to settle it, time to do a lot of things, and she chose to give it back to Madison.
Kendall Kirshner going to get a break as Madison brings in a substitution, Savannah Rachel. Had some nice minutes for Madison, particularly towards the end of that first half.
Bad giveaway. A little bit of space for Windsor. Let's see what she can do.
I like this matchup. Her and Marisah Davis, who is another phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, junior Marisah Davis. I mean, she's done well so far. She's a tough task of just keeping Windsor in front of her. We've talked a lot about Nevaeh Lewis, but Windsor's also got that same just kind of game-changing speed. Cook misses the throw-in.
Nevaeh backtracks. The turn not there. And now Clear Fork looking to work it from the wing with Wortman. Switching fields now. See what Madison's able to do. They're going to lay it back and then just play a big ball headed back at him.
Yeah, Madison's not super confident. Just kind of keep the ball at their feet and just kind of keep playing around the short passes. They want to find the space for Nevaeh Lewis or just find Nevaeh Lewis. Oh, there's going to be a foul here.
It's going to set up a set piece about 23 yards out.
I just heard a fan yell, "That's all ball." And you can watch in the replay. It's, in fact, no ball at all.
No ball, you're right.
Not sure how can yell, "That's all ball," when she clearly, I saw that from here the first time, then I heard that. I don't know if you're watching the soccer game we're watching.
Yeah, clip both legs even at that. So here's Marisah.
We have seen Madison they've done well on set pieces there. That one goes right to Renee Anders. She catches it cleanly. Madison obviously has the ability to score off free kicks. Scored from a corner kick earlier in the game.
Here's another look.
Referee's going to bring it back. A little bit of a jersey tug there, I think. Going to be Clear Fork free kick just inside midfield. Neither team has kind of have the ability to put the ball into a dangerous area from a far distance away. So it's going to be, can Clear Fork find kind of a secondary player to flick it on? They make a lot of attempts just by flicking the first play on. Throw-ins, free kicks. Cook misses that flick right there.
Battle for possession. Far side. It's going to belong to Madison. Just got it to the feet of Lewis, and nifty turn.
The defender slipped, but does well to stay in front of her. Sophia Perry has done a nice job on Nevaeh Lewis. It's a good shot attempt to keep it on goal and just get something out of nothing there, kind of. But Sophia Perry has got the speed to stay with her. I mean, it's not easy. Nevaeh is both fast and quick. And Sophia Perry has done a good job just trying to keep her in front of her and limit her chances and opportunities with the ball.
Ball won out of the air by Madison, but down to the feet of Labaki.
Labaki does well to win the ball back there. Tough giveaway, then just keeps working hard, wins it back.
It'll be a Madison throw on the way. So we're approaching 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. If you're just joining us, it was a 2-0 game in favor of Madison in the first 12 minutes. Nevaeh Lewis basically just took on the team, the defense by herself. Then off of a corner kick, Tucker scored. Windsor made it 2-1 about 8 minutes later. And then Atterholt, huge goal, short time, under 4 minutes to go, made it 3-1 before the half. And here in the second half, 4 minutes in, Wortman with a great goal off of a big throw-in flick. That's got us to 3-2.
The girls just out here battling right now. We've seen a lot of girls end up on the ground off tackles. Not a lot of dirty play. It's just been tough physical play.
And the referee didn't feel that warranted a whistle either. He was right next to the action. And now Cook, good-looking ball to Wortman.
That's a much better play. We've not seen that ball a lot. Ooh.
Davis came over.
Yeah, it kind of shook her up a little bit. She's on the ground now, actually. I think that she might have made contact with the ball, but from my vantage point, it looked like she might have thrown her shoulder at it a little bit. But referee has let it go. Wortman's just now getting back up. It's definitely limping, and she's walking, trying to catch her breath a little bit.
No one's available out on the wing there for Swank. And it's going to be pushed out of play. Substitutions coming in, just 3 for Clear Fork, and they really have tightened up their rotation quite a bit, Jesse, from what we saw in the regular season. This is not the same Brittany Bechtel substitution pattern that we got used to.
Well, the game's obviously a little bit different here than a regular season game. I mean, there's a lot on the line right now, and you got to battle back to get a goal. So it's that fine line where you want to keep players fresh, you want players to get the experience, but ultimately you want to come back and win this game. So trying to find that balance is certainly a difficult task. We know that throughout the year she's routinely played 18 players and rotated a lot of them at once, but not quite the same feeling tonight.
So at the same time, though, when that's what you're getting accustomed to, having those breathers during the game, you think it has an impact on the players out here when they're playing 8 extra minutes, 10 extra minutes of game time?
I don't think so. I think at this point everybody wants to be on the field. So where it might manifest itself would be towards the end of the game if you just are not getting breaks to catch your breath in the course of the game, whether it's through free kicks, set pieces, whatever it might be, however else the game stops. That's when you got to learn to catch your breath, catch your break a little bit. And I think these are some veteran players that kind of know that routine of if the ball stops, if we're subbing in, regroup, kind of find my position again, find my breath a little bit, if you will, and just kind of relax. And then once that ball gets back in play, you're back at it.
You can just keep it real. They're 15 to 18-year-olds, so they're going to be okay.
I know. Every time I was subbed out of a game, I was mad. So regardless,
Sure.
So I wanted to be on the field. Punt by Anders. See, there's that battle in the midfield. Madison's going to win it and win it again, and then give it away. And that's the play we've seen consistently, probably from both teams tonight, which. When they've made consecutive passes and been able to go forward, it's usually resulting in good goal-scoring opportunities. It's just been a lot of turnovers in the middle area where players will win the ball, and then just play it out, play it to the other team. I think that right there is kind of the nature of the game we've seen. Win the ball, get a touch, and then lose the ball.
A couple of younger teams here, certainly than what we had in the first match tonight, where very senior-laden veteran bunches. There's a lot of sophomores out here playing for the Colts and for the Rams, and those are the 2 dynamic classes that they have, though, and what they're relying on. So, turnovers are going to happen, but when they have nice build-ups, it has looked pretty at times here in this match.
Oh, and Nevaeh Lewis has gone down off the ball.
Yikes.
She is hurt. I couldn't tell what she grabbed, whether it's an ankle or a knee, but she definitely stopped in her tracks and went straight to the ground. Oh, you hate to see something like that. I couldn't tell what it was. She doesn't appear to be holding anything on her leg, but certainly she went down without contact and just could not kind of move for a second, just kind of collapsed there.
That's always the scariest, when there is no contact and you just know something's not right. We're clearly number 30, not happy about the way that probably one of her lower extremities feels. I think she's been nursing a left lower leg injury the last few weeks. So we'll see if she favors that part of her body here when she gets up.
Yeah, it's been I've been watching her. I didn't see her grab anything on her lower body.
Not at
She
all.
definitely went down and couldn't run or move, but I've not yet seen her like kind of favor or point or grab anything. She's back up to her feet.
And obviously, boy, you just hope, if there's any game-changing player in tonight's match, that's the one. Can totally change the complexion.
Wondering possibly a shot to the head, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell from our angle, but certainly I didn't see any contact really immediately when she went down, unless it happened maybe a few seconds before. But she definitely kind of went down away from everything else.
And for a player of her caliber, though, you don't like saying, hey, it's probably better if it's her head. But if she can just shake off the cobwebs, that's a lot more beneficial for her than having an ankle or something messed up.
As long as it's not a concussion or anything like that. If it's just maybe a headache or something like that, maybe. But yeah, you can see the trainers over there just asking some questions, checking her out. Looks like he might be running through a concussion test, so maybe
You're right.
It was a shot to the head. So.
Must be. So we'll keep an eye on Nevaeh Lewis and her progress. But, still a long way to go here. Madison just with a 1-goal differential, and now Clear Fork maybe smelling some blood in the air as Windsor plays a nice ball out to Cook.
Plays a good ball in. Oh, Morgan Rachel comes off her line. That was close because if she doesn't catch it cleanly, the drop was right there for him as well. So good job by Morgan Rachel. Madison gives away the punt, though. Wins it back. Good play in the middle. Just aggressive play to keep the ball.
Now they chip it here to the near side for Kirshner, who loses the battle. Now Windsor again looking for Cook.
You don't have to put that much pace on the ball. It's going to be corner kick. Yeah, I was trying to wait to see what side of the flag it was going to go on there. Windsor getting the right place there, playing out on the wing now a little bit, and certainly her speed on the wing is going to be tough to defend. But that ball can be angled a little bit to the keeper or a little bit to the goal. But certainly creates a corner kick opportunity for Clear Fork. Chance to tie the game with 25 minutes to go. This is a big moment of the game.
Ellie Hogger gets ready to send. Bodies all crashing in on the back post. She played it in short, though.
I don't know if that was intentional or not. It looked like she might hit the ground first and just kind of followed through into the ball.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a mishit considering where all the players were. I mean, there was a whole line of Colts that all came charging in on the back posts. Kirshner battling again here with Windsor.
High clearance there. Clear Fork was underneath it, but put it right back to Madison, who's giving it right back to Clear Fork, who, in fashion, that's a troublesome shot off the post and in.
What a shot from distance. Marisah Atterholt with her second, and that's a game changer right there with 30 over on the sideline.
And 30 is about to check back into the game as well, but what a strike. Now, it's the same thing we talked about before. Clear Fork just could not keep possession, could not gain the ball back, and Atterholt drills it top post. It's actually interesting how the ball goes in when you think about how it hit the top post, goes up and then down in the back of the net. And Nevaeh Lewis has checked back into the game as well. 4-2, 24 minutes left to play. Clear Fork was getting some chances going forward.
But look at the miscommunication, Jesse.
Yeah, at this point in the season, that's got to be better. It's got to be clean. There was 3 consecutive plays where the ball just went back and forth between the teams. And then Marisah says, fine, I'll just shoot it and we'll take care of it.
That was about the only place she could have put it, just barely over the arms there of the keeper, Anders, and buries it into the back. Marisah Atterholt, huge goal after she had another big one at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think this is the most goal I've ever seen Renee give up, I'm pretty sure. Maybe last year against Madison in the opening game is the only thing I can think of, but kind of a tough out tonight.
See, we've got some Ontario Lady Warriors players watching, commenting on our Facebook channel, so trying to get a look at who the competition is going to be. Whoever it is, it's definitely going to be a fun night, afternoon rather, Saturday, 2 o'clock, we'll be back over here for the championship match.
There you see a little bit of possession from Clearwater. This is what's been lacking for a while, and it is going to result in a giveaway again. But the majority of times that Clear Fork has had the ball has resulted in turnovers.
Punched out of bounds. Substitution for Clear Fork. Wortman back into the mix. Hogger going to take a seat. Cam Windsor and company find enough offensive firepower to get back into this match, now trailing by 2. Long way to go, 22 minutes and change.
A good battle in the corner. It's going to set up a long Clear Fork throw in. This is how they scored their last one. So here's the key part. If she can get the line drive and Cook can flick it on, that's such a dangerous play to defend. The throw is short and low, but it's going to deflect right out to Clear Fork.
This one's put up, not out of play, and it's headed. Oh, that was Wortman too.
It looked closer than it might have been from our angle. It looked like it definitely had a shot to go in. It's just a high ball in, just kind of chaotic. Headed down, just wide of the post.
For Rachel, it was a good thing that she came out and made it tough for Wortman, who I didn't even see at first because we were all looking at the ball in the sky, and it dropped out, and there was Lilly.
Yeah, it was high enough that Wortman could actually run in and get under the ball and make a play on it. It's probably not quite designed that way, but certainly how it ended up. There's a little bit of possession for Clear Fork.
Cook deciding what to do. Probably a nice move to get it to Wortman, but poked away from the back.
Yeah, Wortman just couldn't quite hold the ball up there. Good ball in. I like the opportunity there, but just couldn't quite hold it up to keep the ball. And now it's going to be Nevaeh Lewis going the other way. She turns that corner, and this is where she gets dangerous.
Brings it back to the left foot, as mentioned a million times, so effortlessly drives it. And diving save had to be made there by Anders.
Yeah, you can see Lewis maybe stretching out a hamstring a little bit hobbled coming up again. You know, Nevaeh Lewis is so fast. I think the one thing Clear Fork might start to realize is that she is going to go to goal regardless. So you don't need to really sit in the passing lanes. You just need to protect the angles of the goal. I think of all the times she's touched the ball, I think she's passed it once or twice, and that's not a knock at her. It's just how she plays. I mean, she knows how to go to goal efficiently.
Yeah, 15 goals on the season, just 2 assists, because when she gets the rock, she's just always seeing red, trying to go put it in the back. See if they can find her here. They will. How about that touch to get some space? Nevaeh Lewis just misses.
Yeah, the touch is incredible. So that's what we keep talking about with her. Obviously, the speed is a gift, but it's the decision-making and the touch to get into advantageous spaces to get shots off like that. That's a great touch into space. Good left-footed attempt there. Such a skilled player as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nursing maybe like a right hammy right now. With a 2-goal lead, you know, obviously not out of the water for Madison.
Clear Fork, another turnover in the middle of the field. 2 players right on the ball. They both thought the other was going to get it.
Kirshner.
It's Kendall and Kendall there. Kendall Windsor and Kendall Kirshner. Windsor wins that battle.
And she has for most of the battles that they've had one-on-one so far tonight. Here she is, sending it more towards the midfield. Jamison makes a play.
You can see the frustration of Labaki in the middle. She checked too, trying to get the ball to her feet there, and Windsor played it long, and nobody is there. It's that type of mistakes and turnovers that are proving to be costly for Clear Fork right now.
Got Melody Bluebaugh. Checks back in for Clear Fork. Cook is going to exit. Imagine it'll be the last break that Trinity gets here tonight.
Yeah, we have Blue Ball, certainly a spectacular freshman for Clear Fork. Haven't called her name a lot tonight. See if she can get in the rhythm here. Able to maybe hold the ball up a little bit, get some of the attack going. Looks like Windsor's moved up more in that attacking role again. And Blue Ball is going to play wide on the wing.
This ball is going to stay in bounds. Looks like the light rainfall that's been coming down the bulk majority of the night kind of piling up a little bit out there. making the ball move a little bit slower than normal.
A couple of Madison substitutions checking into the game.
Kirshner heading out.
Checking in for the Lady Rams.
Yeah, defending Kendall Windsor on the wing is not an easy task. Kendall Kirshner did a good job out there. The speed of Windsor is sometimes tough to match, but she did well.
Atterholt over on the bench now, too. This one ripped from way downtown. Jamison playing more of a defensive role tonight. Seen her at times this season get involved on the offense.
Yeah, that's kind of been the Clear Fork play right here. They keep the ball, they get it defensively, and they just cannot find their targets downfield. They've really struggled to kind of connect that pass downfield and beat that Madison defenders, whether it's even a hold-up play or in the space. They just have not found either one tonight.
Blue ball, one possession with a nice header. Then the giveaway right away from Labaki leads to the Rams, racing back the other way. Nevaeh is going to make a run and keep it in bounds probably, but she's got a double team.
It's going to be a Clear Fork throw. Now they've got some numbers forward. They couldn't beat the first defender, though, with a throw. Yeah, again, just not finding that hold-up striker a little bit, allowing Madison to win the ball, get back at the attack. There's Clear Fork's going to come away with a deflection here. Blue ball's got it wide. Let's see what she can do.
Going to take her time and find Labaki. Annika now turns upfield. The pressure got to her. Windsor chops at it, but Madison able to clear.
Yeah, Clear Fork not really looking to pass into that space there. Everything was kind of at feet, right in front of them. I think if they can find that pocket in the corner and attack from that space, they've got the numbers there, they've got the ability there. Just struggling to get the ball into in that position.
Madison through the midfield. See if they chuck it forward for Lewis. They're going to. Might be a little too far as it ends up in the hands of Anders.
Yeah, I wonder what the preference of Nevaeh Lewis is. I mean, she's so fast. That chase down play is certainly going to work sometimes, but I think she's probably more dangerous. If you play her feet and just let her turn, I think she's probably more dangerous that way. But sometimes you got to play the player's preference. I wonder what her preference would be. Obviously skilled at both, but how does she want to receive the ball?
Great question. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to ask her after the match. We will have a player of the game presented by Mechanics Bank. We'll talk to a chosen player, but right now I think Marisah Atterholt probably sitting in the driver's seat for that.
Yeah, she's had 2 good goals. It's going to be tough to replace that. A lot of soccer left to be played, though. 15 minutes on the clock. A lot of things can happen. A lot of goals can still happen. The pace of the game slowed down a little bit, but there's a good ball in. Morgan Rachel off her line again. Comes up with the save.
Four bodies all kind of clumped into that one area. Lady Rams come away with it.
Yeah, blue ball kind of took a shot at the end. I think unintentional. Just Madison was stepping in the ball. I think either it hit her in the back or maybe the back of the head. Appears to be all right. Got up and good to go.
Colts making some substitutions. They're going to get Cook back out onto the field. Placing Argenio. Davison also into the mix. So we're closing in on 14 minutes remaining. District semifinal number 2 here tonight. Winner going to move on and take on number 1 Ontario.
Not a lot of contact on the ball. Referee lets it go. Nevaeh Lewis is going to have a little pocket of space to work in here. Let's see what she can do.
Going to play it off the defender and earn a corner kick. Played it off the hip of Alyssa Swank. Rams have already scored off a corner kick tonight. They'll have Savannah Rachel. She plays it in, well struck right to the middle of the field, comes down, somehow missed all those bodies.
Yeah, interesting. It was a good ball in. It just nobody touched it, either team.
They're going to push it back to the outside for Rachel. Keeps it in. And I think it's going to stay in.
I think so. You're right.
Jamison now had it taken away. Cook. Jamison back and forth. Now Lewis with a turn. Gets loose. Takes a shot. Anders with the save.
I'm surprised. I mean, you just expected when she gets into that range with the ball at her foot that she finishes that. Anders had good positioning, though, and is able to keep it out of the back of the net.
7th shot on frame here in the second half for Madison.
Probably most of those are by Lewis, I think. Lewis and Atterholt certainly have been a lot of the offense tonight.
That's definitely all they've needed, is to try to get those two young ladies. Certainly Lewis out in space. Atterholt has scored in a couple of different variety of ways.
It's going to be a foul on Madison. The referee's going to bring it back here.
Free kick, Clearport.
This could be a prime time for Clearport to try and get back on the scoreboard here a little bit. Time is ticking away, and you're down 2 goals to a pesky Madison defense. It's been tough to come by good quality shots. So free kicks here, and this opportunity is certainly what you need to kind of capitalize on.
And they need some momentum. Colts have not been able to get a shot really here as of late. Ooh,
well, that
Rachel.
ball, bounced right by Windsor first. Rachel dropped it a little bit. He was able to just kind of smother it right after that, but a couple near goal scoring opportunities there.
Yeah, fortunate for her that Labaki, her own teammate, was the nearest after she mishandled that one. That one chipped into the hands of Morgan Rachel.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet that Nevaeh likes to receive the ball at midfield. Now, it's just in how she plays. I mean, I think she's more comfortable when she has the ball than without, and her timing is good. But I think when she gets the ball, she's in control of it, and she's able to go and do what she wants.
Maybe even a little bit faster, too, with the ball. That one just blown way over the top. Lilly Nil with the shot.
Shot by number 16, Lilly Neal, goes high. Goal kick, Clearport.
This is the key part Clearfork's got to be better at here in order to get back in this game. You've got the ball right now. It's at your feet. You've got the places to play it. You just got to keep the ball here, and it's going to go right at Madison. They're going to touch it first. Clearfork's going to come away with the second ball. Good touch by Cook.
Yeah, that was crafty there by Trinity. It still leads to a turnover for Madison. They give it right back. Another substitution being made here by Coach Bechtel.
This blue ball is going to check out of the game.
For the Lady Colts, number 14, Isabel Annis.
So Isabel Annis spells her out. And the Colts got a throw-in coming up here from the near side, running out of time. Under 10 minutes to go here to determine who will play for the district championship.
I'm trying to think if I remember seeing Isabel Annis in the game yet. I don't recall that name at least.
So Coach Bechtel probably hoping that she's got a lot of energy, Jesse.
Yeah. Sometimes you have some of those players who they thrive in moments kind of like this where they come in, they bring the energy, they bring just a little bit something different, just kind of mix the game up a little bit.
Colts definitely need someone who can bring the juice. Scoring opportunities have been very limited here in the second half. Just 3 shots on net.
The ball just kind of just trickles out wide to Clearfork. That's a dangerous ball, back post.
Wortman gave it a good ride.
Wortman's had a couple near goals after her goal here, a couple opportunities here, but near goals are not going to get it done at this point. You need that ball to be in the back of the net repeatedly.
Goal kick coming up for Madison.
Interesting goal kick attempt there. It was a little bit confusing. I think they kind of said it and were just, whether it was time wasting or just a miscommunication or something, but Cook kind of ran in just to make sure that it was going to be played correctly. And
yeah, keep them honest. No trickery here on a goal kick. You see Nevaeh, she actually tried to time that. She kind of saw that Swank wanted to push it out to the right side. Started angling that way.
It must have been deflected even. It is a Clearfork throw-in, so I didn't see Nevaeh hit it, but the referees have signaled for that, so. Labaki's done well to kind of hold the ball in the middle. There's a good ball into space. There's some speed for Windsor.
Yeah, we have not had an opportunity to see this much. Great tackle on the
That's got to
first
be a foul.
one.
Absolutely, yeah.
Second one, yeah, that's not going to go Mila's way.
Yeah, you called it right. The first one was definitely a great tackle. The second one was definitely a foul. So
they got to capitalize here.
Yep, you're right. This is kind of one of those moments. I think I might have asked for 10 yards. That wall seems to be a little close, but Cook's going to play it in.
Bends it back post. Bodies were flying in. Still up for grabs.
I think she kind of played behind the line of the attack there, but you'd expect them to kind of get something going forward with that ball.
Throwing coming from the far side. So here comes the specialist, Kendall Windsor. Wants a dry ball.
It's a good ball in. That first flick was missed, though, so allowed to go right to Madison defenders, but they're going to get a rethrow anyways. Just a few yards back from where they were.
See if she's got the arm strength to get it in there from here.
Yeah, the key part is his first flick. If Cook can flick it on, she can. Madison played that right, though.
Rams drop back, had about 3 all walled off in front of the net.
It's going to be a Madison free kick. I think Clearfork grabbed the arm or grabbed the jersey a little bit, pulled her back. Madison's going to gain 20 yards by where they try and spot the ball. Referees brought it back.
Nice play by Tucker. Comes up, takes it away, trying to find Lewis. No dice.
It's that giveaway again. It's frustrating to see because we've seen Clearfork perform better. We've seen them complete that pass. We've seen them hold the ball, and they're just giving the ball away just about as soon as they get it from the defensive end here.
Yeah, we saw Clearfork multiple times late in the season. You mentioned the 3-3 tie that they had against Granville, Rocky River. They were very competitive. Seen them against the likes of Shelby just absolutely blister them. A Mansfield Christian team that they went on the road and they dismantled them something like 8-0. So they were playing such great soccer at the end of the season that I'm a little surprised to see how it's been at sometimes offensively chaotic. They haven't been able to make the nice crispy passes or get Windsor into space like we saw early in the match. She had, I think, 2 opportunities, definitely one breakaway that she wasn't able to put away. And other than that, it's been a little lackluster offensively.
Yeah, and certainly credit goes to the Madison defense as well because their positioning has been good. They've not made those gaps and those angles easy to get a ball into play. So they're playing it right. We've just seen Clearfork execute better offensively. But Madison defenders are doing a good job in the box as well, or defensively as well.
They're staying aggressive here offensively, bringing more numbers up now.
It's a great ball into the box.
It was sent by back, but sent away here by Clearfork trying to push forward. Can they get it to Windsor? Not this time.
Yeah, see, I think they're just trying to force that ball. If they play it wide, draw the other defender out. I mean, her wide player was on. She's running with him. She had that space to go forward too. Then you get the numbers in the attack. They play into that 1-on-2. And Madison is just, they're good enough defensively. They're going to win that pretty consistently, and they've done so far, especially the second half.
Nevaeh drives it down into the corner. Substitution coming in for Clearfork.
Substitution for Clearfork, number 7, Leah Arginian.
It's interesting to hear fans cheer for a player when she can't complete a play. I mean, to know that that's the level you're at, people are just excited that it didn't result in a shot or a goal. Impressive from an individual's perspective. Interesting from a fan perspective, I guess. But
I've only had an opportunity to see Lady Rams, I think, once in person this year. Seen them a ton of highlights that we've covered. Nevaeh's gone to another level. She definitely is the premier player in tonight's match, and boy, she's troublesome, Jesse, for any team that she's going to go against. She's the total package. She's got the great footwork, the speed, the energy always. And I'm not sure what happened there, but
possibly
might have got a card.
She might have encroached on the free kick, which is maybe 75, 80 yards away from her goal. I don't know what kind of brought that on, but I think she just ran at the ball early, and the referee gave her a card for encroachment. Perhaps just wanted a break anyways. So.
Yeah, they don't need her probably for the last 340. Just defend well if you're Madison, and you are going to be right back in the district championship game where you've been the last 4 years and won each of the last 4 years.
Yeah, as of now, looking for the rematch against Ontario, who they matched up earlier in the year. I'm trying to remember the score there. I think it was pretty one-sided, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like 5-1, I think, that Ontario was victorious, but I don't believe Nevaeh played in that game.
I don't remember. I know that it was at Madison, and Ontario did pick them apart. So you imagine it's going to be a much different story. Round 2, certainly if number 30 can play. But for Ontario, I mean, I know there's no Taylor Huff in that great graduating class of 2020, but I mean, what kind of mind games do you have going into that, Jesse, knowing that you've got there 4 straight years and played them, and you've lost all 4 years?
Yeah, well, I think you're right. You have to be in the right frame of mind for that game, because there's that kind of defeatist attitude where we haven't beaten them yet, even though we beat them in the regular season. Then there's that other attitude, well, they lost everybody from last year. But you know what? They're still a pretty good team, right? They're still executing right now. They're beating a pretty good Clear Fork team right now. So you got to find that balance. If you got to respect your opponent, but also know that you've got ability that if you play well, you play your game, you should win the game. And so somewhere in there, you got to find that mindset to compete the game.
And it does look like we're going to get, for the 5th straight year, Madison versus Ontario to decide who's going to move on to regionals.
It's a good ball in there. Cooked a little late on the pressure.
Or can Clear Fork find some late match magic? They're going to want to dive deep to their magic tricks, though, here pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's going to need to be about now to start those magic tricks, I think. And that is not going to do it when you just give the ball away. Ball just kind of ping-ponging around right now, getting knocked around. Nobody's really looking to kind of collect the ball and keep it. That's not necessarily Madison's style. They're pretty direct in their approach. Look to keep it when they get in the attacking area, but it's mostly win it and find your target.
Got to get something here if you're Clear Fork. It's bouncing in front of the goal. Abaki had the best shot at it. Well played coming out by Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel used her feet to make the save, but pokes away far enough. Windsor with good skill.
Yeah,
good
that
ball
was a nice
in.
move. But the Rams not breaking defensively.
Another ball in the box. You see kind of that last-ditch effort for Clear Fork with just about a minute left on the clock. A couple decent opportunities, but that's kind of been the story of the game for Clear Fork. When they've got the opportunities, they've been decent, but not able to capitalize a whole bunch.
Good-looking ball for Kirschner, right on the money. Stay flip fields. Windsor has to come back to slow her down. But for Madison, this is the ball. Just put it down at the other end. Let that time milk away.
Absolutely. It's going to be at least 10 seconds off the clock just by putting it down the other end, and they got to put it back the other end before it's even back in play. So
just one of those nights for the Lady Colts, as their season is going to end here in 20 seconds. Had a nice stretch here of unbeaten streak.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
a couple seconds left on the clock, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the game. It's going to be 4-2 Madison going to the district championship to face Ontario once again.
And I don't think very many people in Richland County saw this coming at the beginning of the season, Jesse. What a season Madison has been able to put together, the number 2 seed in this district, and they proved it here tonight with a win over the Lady Colts. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the Mechanics Bank postgame, where we'll break down the stats from tonight's contest, preview a little bit of the upcoming championship game, and then, of course, we are going to have an interview with our player of the game. It's going to be Marisah Atterholt. All of that on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a catch! Madison Lady Rams right back in the district title game where they found themselves the last 4 seasons. Make it 5 in a row as they knock off Clear Fork 4-2 in this all-Richland County showdown. Brian Skronsky, Jesse Ryder with you on the Mechanics Bank post-game, and let's dive into those final stats. Lady Rams impressed me tonight, Jesse. They created lots of opportunities offensively, and defensively, they really limited Clear Fork in that attack that had been playing so well late in the season. Limited touches tonight inside of the box that mattered.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Brian. I'm impressed with this Madison group. I know we've talked about a lot about the last year's state championship team, but there's a group here. They are still super competitive, skilled, athletic, and they're smart. There are some smart players. They defended so well tonight against an attack from Clear Fork that really had started to find their groove a little bit. So it was fun to watch. It was a fun, competitive game, and a scoreline I didn't really expect, I'll be honest.
The sophomore class especially, I think, for Madison. The freshmen, they got some time last year on that state championship squad. Boy, have they really grown up, and they played huge minutes tonight. Some of the best players out on the field, of course.
Absolutely. There's a lot of youth out there tonight represented by some area clubs. I think Ohio Strikers, Appleseed Premier. A lot of these players are playing year-round, and to see their growth and maturity in this season, to come into a game like tonight, a local competitive team game, what a great opportunity for these players to shine.
And one of the sophomores that had the biggest impact tonight, Marisah Atterholt, joining us right now. She is going to be the Mechanics Bank Player of the Game. Roll the intro.
All right, we are here with Mechanics Bank Player of the Game, Marisah Atterholt. Marisah, everybody at the start of this season kind of talked about the talent that you had last year and how many players graduated. But for you guys, you knew this is a competitive bunch. What does this game mean to you guys tonight?
I knew that they were going to be good, and we just had to play lights out, and we had all our players back today, and I had a lot of energy, and I was ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that showed with your 2 goals. Now let's start with goal number 2 for you. You drilled it probably 30 yards away. Be honest with me in front of the audience. Did you know it was going in when you shot it?
I knew it had a lot of power, and just a couple games ago I actually did the same thing, so I was pretty eager to have it just drop in, hit the back of the net, and I saw it went in, and I was so happy. I literally had so much energy.
That's awesome. So now you match up for the 5th consecutive year in the district championship with the Ontario Warriors. What's the mindset for you guys now? You came off a great win tonight. You know Ontario's coming. You know what it means to them. How do you prepare for that?
I just hope we just keep the momentum we did tonight and run with it. We know that they're going to be a good competitor, but we have talent on the team. As long as we play as a team, I think we got a good chance of having a good game on Saturday.
Absolutely. Marisah, answer one question for me before we wrap this up. The beginning of the year, we know how last year ended. What was the goal this year for this group, for this team, kind of this new era of Madison soccer?
Yeah, definitely different goals. And first goal, we wanted to win OCC, and we did lose against Ashland, but we still won the conference. So we took that as a win, and then we really wanted to get districts and hopefully win it. So we're really close to that goal. So hopefully we got it.
Excellent. Hey, Marisah, great job tonight. Great goals. Congratulations. Mechanics Bank Player of the Game, Marisah Atterholt. Congratulations. What a fantastic game. Some great goals Marisah had tonight. A lot of fun. And you heard her kind of speak of this new era of Madison. The expectations are different, but they're still high. They're still competing, and they won this district championship. Come down Saturday against Ontario. They're ready.
These sophomores got swag, man. They're not scared of anybody. Her, Nevaeh Lewis, this whole bunch, and then Mila Davis, the way that she played that back sweeper role tonight, I feel like Lady Rams got a chance, and certainly they're going to be walking on the field feeling like they're the favorite in the game on Saturday. I truly believe that from watching them tonight.
Absolutely. It is going to be an intense, competitive battle. I don't think it's going to be a game. It's going to be a battle against 2 great teams. I think Madison is, as I watched tonight, man, the more they play, the better they looked. And when Nevaeh Lewis is on the field, they're going to have a chance to score goals just anytime she can touch the ball. I'm excited for this matchup. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a storied rivalry now. We talked about five consecutive years. Such an impressive stat. 13 straight for Ontario. I mean, this is really incredible stuff.
Let's go back over them over the last several years. Jesse, last year 1-3, Madison with the win. The year before that was the best game in my opinion. Covered that one. It was pouring rain back in 2019. 4-3, Madison was able to knock them off. 5-1. Big performance by the Rams back in 2018, and then in 2017, Madison took care of them 4-1. We get round 5 coming up on Saturday afternoon. You can watch that live and free right here on the OH Report beginning at 2 o'clock. I know that I'll be here. Are you going to be here for this one?
Man, I have my own tournament that day, so I cannot be here. I'm going to be watching, but I cannot be here to cover that game, but I'll be watching.
Well, my producer Adam says that he'll be in the house too, so we'll make sure that we have some coverage for you. Give me a quick prediction. What do you think we can expect to see from the new version of Madison now that they've moved on from that graduating class of 2020, and now the Ontario class, the senior class of 2021, is the one that they've been talking about for a long time?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be an intense rivalry matchup. I wish I could be here, honestly, but I'll be coaching my own teams. But if I'm going to choose a score now, I think I'll go 3-1 Ontario. I think this will finally be the year for Ontario to beat Madison. I like watching them both tonight. I'm impressed with Madison. They played really well tonight. They defended really well. I just think that Ontario attack is too much for Madison to handle. So I'm going to say 3-1 Ontario, but I'm excited for that game.
Bulletin board material, Zach Huff, pin it up on the board and take it to the bank. And speaking of that, thanks to Mechanics Bank for sponsoring tonight. They were awesome. That's better. Fantastic throughout the entire night, bringing you live and free soccer. But that's going to do it for us here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Doubleheader here tonight. Ontario, of course, won the first. Madison, a 4-2 winner here in the second half. Big shout out to our crew out there, braving the rain. We were in the comfy press box tonight, Jess. So
I'm almost too hot right now, actually.
I've been shedding layers here tonight. But thank you to Travis Berardi, Storm Blunchley, Hayden Gray, all out there braving the weather, bringing you fantastic shots down on the sideline and then up here in the bleachers. Adam Thompson making the graphics, switching, making all the audio sound crispy for you guys. My name's Brian for Jesse Ryder. Thanks for watching. We'll be on a live stream near you beginning tomorrow, folks. So long for now.